EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. As it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ward to throw right away.
That's right.
Pass is incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Just a breakdown there defensively. It looked like someone got their wires crossed because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titan game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man,
Travis.
Hunter. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And the Jaguars first down. Hey, go. 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin.
That boy Bashal Tootin. What the fuck type of blitz shit was that?
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They go play action to Lawrence. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Hey, Lyle. Now Lawrence. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The Jaguars are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Right about that.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist.
Hey, yo, you can eat my whole dick, whoever the fuck you is.
Just not enough time.
Fucking weirdo.
Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves.
They could be watching the streams and be typing comments like niggas give a fuck. Like, they go playing traffic. Rush hour time.
It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
Pick, come on, Travis.
Totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing now, Ward.
Good shit, boy.
Quickly there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues, right? Number 23 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
From the gun, Ward. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll throw again, Ward. That's complete to deep.
Rock his little ass.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
Yes, sir.
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game, you're playing a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2nd and 10. To throw, here's Ward. Looking middle, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head scheme going.
60 18 right, 19 tight, 60 average, 60 average. Panther streak, Panther streak.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward.
No, sir.
Pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's a miss. It's a miss, chat.
York able to send this one
It's a
through.
miss, chat.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And
35.
do so right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Brian.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Lawrence. Drops it
First down.
for Tootin. And he will have the Jaguars first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And the Jaguars first down.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Go, let's go. Rip, 23. Hey, 13, Lou. 30 left. Silver.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to Tootin. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Hey, Big Strange. Get your little ass out of there. Hey, Big Strange.
First down as the tackle's made at the Titans'
What?
20-yard line.
Huh?
Give him 12 yards on that one.
Speak up. What?
Set it down.
Okay, so it's time for you to take a nap. That's why your TV not working. It's nap time.
As they finally get down into the red zone
What?
and look to finish this off with 6.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
You gonna have to wait, bro. Go in there and sit down and wait. Cause you still on my shit list.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Travis.
And his throw is incomplete.
Lawrence's pass intended for Travis Hunter. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9
Play
yards
number 9
to
on the
go.
drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Go.
Now Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Jermaine Johnson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Come on. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
In motion right is Robinson. Ward.
No, it ain't.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he's got him first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Wide open receiver complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Jaguars 6.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going yet.
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling this one.
Hey, Bishop.
The scoreboard right now.
That first, man.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here comes third and about a foot. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Thanks to 24.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
The route.
That is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Red on red. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. That is caught by Hunter. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. And the Jaguars first down.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember,
Give me that. Get that right back.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Hey, Lion! Hey, 11.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Bro, come on, man.
Lee says this will be incomplete. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterback.
Bro, this fucking game, bro. Fucking snap was off, the kick was off, all this shit was right down the middle, and I still get that dumbass animation.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. With a 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 49-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
What the fuck, bro?
It's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, go! Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And Thomas has it. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Again, it's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers.
A 37-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On red. 11. Hey, tomato.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. He's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hey, easy. 11. Son, here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
That is incomplete.
Lawrence's pass.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Ready? Cougar 19, 18, run, 18, 5 here. Jack, hurt. Oh, yeah, you got it.
They will start this drive with 4. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a 3rd and 6. Again, they turn to Ford. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Defense is always talking about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Now Lawrence. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Caleb Chase, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Gets this to Kirk, complete on the comeback route. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls, and this isn't working, and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with 4. And they'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He's taken down at the 30.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Ward. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Lion! Hey, Ginger! Done! 13, Lou!
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. He may go. Touchdown. Jaguars. Bayshore Trenton, 72 yards. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Jaguars 19.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's second and 10.
19 tight. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Throwing is Ward. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time. It's going to lead to third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
8-yard gain.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Warriors 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. Bronco 80.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
It's complete to Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Gain of 14. And the Titans first down.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
This is Ford. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Check. 19 Lions. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Here's Ward. And his throw here is incomplete.
For once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
8 yards to go.
Cowboy 18. Pioneer. Go street. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. Go.
From the gun on third down, Ward. And now another one thrown incomplete. Those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. This is first and 10. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. And the this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
That's complete. He's got two. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's first and 10.
Hey, run!
First and 10.
Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for two to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Fights free at the 5.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time. Why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
18, 60 by 6, come 19, come 19.
They'll look to throw. They'll get that complete to Alvarado. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And the Titans
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's first and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 6, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Trap 60, trap 60.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here's second down.
19, 10, 60 Eagles, 60 Buffalo 18, 18 Radler, 18 Radler.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught on the sideline. On the feet in, they are. What a catch.
No.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Ready,
here's first and goal.
Check contact.
Hand off to Spears. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hurt. Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Go.
Right back to Spears. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
A 21-yard attempt.
not going to get the kick off in time. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
19. Dragon 60. Viking Warriors 70. 18. Pioneer.
Back to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. York now for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind